Welcome to the Healthy Hustling Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Eric Broadworth, and I am with Cassie Rubley. Cassie is the owner and a CrossFit athlete. She's the owner of Train Grand Haven, which is a CrossFit box out in Grand Haven, Michigan. And she is a long time, I would say, probably CrossFit athlete, former gymnast. How long have you been in the CrossFit world again, Cassie?
I've been in the CrossFit world for about 6 years, and about 6 months or so into doing CrossFit, I decided to get my certification and began coaching shortly thereafter.
Awesome. Yeah. And then you really haven't looked back, it doesn't seem like, since then. And we met, it was 2018, which seems like yesterday, but now it's almost a year and a half ago that you were opening up Train Grand Haven. And I was really just getting started with fuel. And it's been really, I think, a really good relationship between the two for sure. And you guys are doing some awesome things at Train Grand Haven. So
yeah.
Right now, obviously, we're with the coronavirus going around and social distancing. You guys are doing an awesome job of keeping that community that you have created. And I think that's one thing that's so great about CrossFit is the community aspect. And that's what keeps people there and draws people in. And what are some things, how are you continuing to create that community? What are some things that you guys are doing over at Train Grand Haven?
Yeah. Well, we certainly weren't anticipating that we would be dealing with something like this, only being a year and a few months young as a community. But what we've been continuing to do is to program both body weight and weighted exercises for our members. And we've happily lent out anything from barbells to rowers to dumbbells. And we still continue to utilize SugarWOD and have been encouraging our members to log their workouts. We've also included a custom box. So if perhaps they want to make up something fun on their own or share a workout with members, that they can communicate in that way. So in addition to that, we've also been recording weekly movement demonstrations, just because we want to make sure that people are moving safely and efficiently when they're doing movements that may be unfamiliar when they're at home.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I think is awesome, that not only have you, it takes long enough, as you know, to like program some of these workouts and take the time before the week even starts, like what movements, what programming are you going to put everyone through? But then you're also taking that additional time to make these videos so that way people can move as well as possible and they're getting the most right out of that workout. They're moving the right way. They're going to obviously then perform better and then avoid injury, which I think is that's awesome. And that is really an essential thing that you guys are doing for your athletes. And then you mentioned you're loaning out equipment.
Yep.
So just curious, how much equipment have you guys loaned out? Is it like the whole gym or what's going on there?
We have no rowers left. So we have 10 rowers. We actually had somebody rig up an Echo bike and they brought that home. Not too many people are begging for those though. I would say the majority of our dumbbells and our kettlebells are gone. I think some members have a home that's better set up for home workouts in terms of equipment size and whatnot. So I know some people are using their living room, and then others have been able to set up a small home gym in their garage. And we had some additional flooring. And so we actually have also allowed people to bring that home as well. So if they do want to work on Olympic lifting or a movement that they might have to drop the bar, that they can do so in a safe environment.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Good for you guys. Seriously, I can't commend you you and Mike and everyone at Train Grand Haven enough for all that you do for your members. And you truly do, I think, set yourself apart and show that you care about your community, which, actions definitely speak louder than words. You can say you care about someone so much, but it's what you really do behind the scenes and everything like that. So
Yeah.
really, thank you for just helping everyone out that's involved with Train Grand Haven.
Yeah.
I've always been appreciative, and I know from the response of others that everyone is in the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have a strong community, and unfortunately, we have had some members who have experienced job loss and layoffs, and we actually have had a handful of members offer to support those that are currently experiencing financial hardship and may not be able to afford their membership in the month or months to come.
Wow. That's awesome. That's incredible. And everyone, I think, this, everyone's going through rough times right now. And I think that's what's important, is to just help lift each other up and help other people out as needed. Every small business is hurting. And I know that you guys aren't any different, as far as you're a brand new business starting in 2018. You seem to really be building momentum, and then something like this happens where you're forced to close your doors. And so to be able to essentially take something like that can be so detrimental in a negative experience and really turn this into a positive experience for everyone involved, it just says a lot. So that's just awesome. I really think that's great that you've lent out all this equipment, because that just shows you have a lot of trust too in all the people.
Yeah.
I don't know any other gyms like, some bigger names, Planet Fitness, Snap Fitness, whatever. I don't see them lending out weights, to their members, whether they've been there for 10 years or not. And yet here you guys are doing that. So, let's get into another topic. We got a little bit of a competition, fundraiser coming up here in 2 days. So this is a big one, and this is with Project Purple. So tell us a little bit about what is Project Purple, and how did you get connected with them, and what are you guys doing?
Yeah. So Project Purple supports patients and families battling pancreatic cancer, and I became involved about 2 years ago when my mom was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, as a means to advocate for her and for my family. She battled pancreatic cancer for 2 years, and sadly lost her life September 3rd. So this is a cause that's very near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, with the coronavirus, many of the push-pull for pancreatic cancer events that are sponsored by Project Purple have either been canceled or they have been pushed out. But despite the coronavirus, there's still many individuals and families that are battling this devastating disease. So on April 11th, the members of Train Grand Haven and others throughout the country are going to be taking part in 60 minutes of burpees. This is an event that you can participate in for free. There's also resources if you'd like to pledge a certain amount of money per burpee. For example, if somebody is to pledge 1 cent for each burpee that I do and I finish 500, I'll raise $5 from that. There's also an option to donate a flat rate. Or if somebody just wants to participate, post a video that will help raise awareness for this great cause. We're hoping to host our second annual push-pull for pancreatic cancer in June, but that will really be dependent upon the guidelines related to the social distancing. So for the time being, this is going to be the way that our community is going to contribute to that cause. And this is something that I'd be happy to share more information with for anybody that might like to get involved as an ambassador, especially if they've been affected directly by the disease.
Yeah. And obviously, condolences to you guys, to you, your family, and your mom. I think, and you've done a lot with Project Purple for the past couple of years, really, haven't you? As far as like the push-pull events and everything like that.
Yep, and they Project Purple, it started really as fundraisers that were organized through runs, be it like 5Ks, half marathons, and whatnot. And only over the past couple of years that they pushed into the CrossFit community. So push-pull for pancreatic cancer, kind of like Murph. It's the same workout. Anytime that you participate, it's free to participate. If a gym is interested in hosting, what members can do if they do want to contribute financially by purchasing a shirt, all of those proceeds will go directly toward pancreatic cancer research and patient financial aid. So I believe last year, this was only a couple months after Train Grand Haven had opened. I believe that we were able to raise well over $1,000 for this cause. So we're really hoping that eventually, be it later this summer or into the fall, that we'll be able to host our own event.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and definitely look forward to once this whole social distancing is over, getting a big group and doing that. And I'm looking forward to that. Now, with the burpee challenge coming up for an hour. So with that, let's talk about that for a bit.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to do it, do they have to do burpees for the full hour? It's what they can do. I did the Death by Burpees workout that you guys put forth, and definitely feeling it come. How many minutes was that? I think that was 20 minutes of.
Yeah, 20 minutes if you made it through.
Yeah, right. And so how do you recommend, I guess, going about that? If you want to do it, is there a certain time that we need to be on, posting to taking a video or anything? How are you doing?
I think that if someone doesn't feel necessarily able to perform an entire hour worth of burpees, that they could modify it just like any other CrossFit workout. So maybe they do it for 20 or 30 minutes. Something else that I might suggest to somebody, say they want to take on that whole hour, maybe they treat it like an EMOM, and every minute on the minute they have a goal to do, say, maybe 10 burpees. So I think that they could certainly modify the length of time or have some type of a strategic game plan to be able to mentally and physically endure that 60 minutes. And then, like we were saying, to bring more awareness to the cause, if they want to take a short video, post to social media, tag Project Purple, any of that would be great.
Awesome. Yeah, I look forward to this, and I'll definitely be participating. What time is there a certain time that this needs to be done, or it can be any time April 11th?
Yep, anytime April 11th that
you're feeling ready.
That they're feeling ready. I know at Train Grand Haven, we're going to try our best to organize a time that works for a large majority of our members. However, that might not be the case. I do know that some people are planning to link up via Zoom and encourage each other in that way as well.
Okay.
So I think that would be a great idea as well, to link up with someone virtually, if possible, because I think that would help to motivate one another.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. I think this is going to be really cool, given, given the circumstances, I think it's great that we're still able to go forward with it, raise some money.
Yeah.
So on that side of things, obviously the point of this isn't to only stay active, do some burpees, and better your own fitness, but also to raise some money. So for those of you who burpees aren't your thing and all you want to do is send some money to you or to Project Purple, how do you go about doing that? How do you recommend that they donate?
Yeah, there is a pledge link. Let me see if I can't find that real quick. Because I did have some family members that were interested in donating, but maybe not doing an hour worth of burpees. That link, I have to look here for a moment if I can find that. Let's see.
Can't believe no one would want to do an hour's worth.
I know, can you believe it?
That's how I want to spend every Saturday, doing an hour's worth of burpees.
Let's see here. So I have a link. It's a bit lengthy. Let's see.
Is it the pledgeit.org?
Yep. There's a backslash followed by Cassie's 60 minutes of burpees for pancreatic cancer.
Perfect. I have it right here. I see it. So I can post it. I'll be sure to post it in the link. And that way, when we put this on social media, this recording will not only be on the podcast, so on any major podcast player, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, but we'll also upload it to YouTube, and I'll put it in there. So if you're listening and you want to donate, be sure to look in the link or in the comments, the description for the link to donate to Cassie's 60 minutes of burpees for pancreatic cancer, which will go towards Project Purple. She's raised right now. Her goal was $500, and it looks like you've raised $640 from what I see on the website. I don't think there's any reason, let's get that up, well above 1,000. I don't think there's any reason why we can't get that 1,000, 2,000. So if you're listening right now, we would greatly appreciate it to help out all of those that are affected by, this horrible illness and pancreatic cancer. It's very, very serious. And I know Cassie would appreciate it, and all of those that are involved with Project Purple and all those that are affected by pancreatic cancer, for any donations that you can give during this time.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, I think that really sums it up. I think that's a good kind of note to end on. Is there anything else that you wanted to hit on before we get going here?
No, I don't think so. I just hope that everybody stays home, stays healthy and safe, and continues to work on their fitness despite the adversity right now. We're happy to share our workouts with anyone else in the community. If you follow Train Grand Haven on Instagram or Facebook, we post daily workouts. There's usually multiple options, and there's videos included. And we would be happy to answer any questions if there's anyone out there wanting to follow our programming and to stay fit while we are stuck at home during this difficult time.
Where can they find you? What's your handle for Instagram, and what Facebook link?
Yep. Our Instagram would just be Train Grand Haven. And our Facebook would be facebook.com/Train Grand Haven.
Perfect. Awesome. Super easy and easy enough. So yeah, if you're looking for a really good workout that needs minimal equipment, even though they have lent equipment out to their members, they have workouts I know that are designed for if you have the equipment, or even if you don't have any equipment and all you got is your body weight. They program a really good workout, and it can be modified, which is great too. So if you're worried, well, I can't do this movement, they have multiple ways to modify that. They do an awesome job. I can't recommend them enough. So please check them out. If you're looking for a good workout right now and you're sick of the same old workouts that you've been doing at home, they are a good one to follow. So awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on here, Cassie. We'll be in touch. Stay safe. And as soon as this whole social distancing thing is done, can't wait to get back into train and get a good workout in.
Sounds great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.